What is up, everybody? It's Matt Johnson. I've got Greg McDaniel here. We are your co-hosts for Real Estate Uncensored. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to talk a little bit about how to get now business, because we've got a course on that, a live class series coming up that is on just that topic. And so we want to talk about like really who this is for and what this, what things to think about when you're trying to get now business. Because why, Greg? We have taught people how to get now business with cold calls. We've taught people how to do it with door knocking. We've taught people how to do it if they have a ton of marketing dollars to spend. What if you don't have any of those things?
You're screwed. No, you're not screwed at all, guys. What it is, getting out of business is an opportunity where we've talked about it several times during the podcast. But what it is we're going to take you guys and we're going to show you how to build a business today. Okay, but you're also going to be doing it on basically zero budget. $500 max is what we're going to be rolling out for a monthly spend. We're going to show you tips and tricks, guys. This is the shit I wish I knew way before all of this stuff happened. I have grown up, strictly doing cold calls and door knocks and everything else. You guys all know this. I've talked about this about a bajillion times. But the fact is that that's not for everybody. Okay, it's just not. And there are so many wonderful, great people out there in this business that deserve the opportunity to be successful in real estate. But the only thing they've ever been told is how to do it the hard way. You got to grind it out, and you do have to grind it out. But this system, Matt, is something that I truly wish I had. It would have eased into this real estate gig a lot easier than just being said, well, there's the deep end, jump in, you're wearing lead boots. And if you don't like it, well, screw you, you're done.
Yeah, me too. I would have killed to have this stuff when I was getting started. So, I mean, this is for you. If you are new, great. If you're restarting, great. Or if you're just running up against a wall of any kind and you need business now. And I mean, we're talking about putting commissions in your pocket in the next 90 days with zero cold calls, zero door knocking, zero crazy marketing budget. I mean, if that's you for whatever reason, then that's who the class is designed for. So, you mentioned like the system, right? So that's exactly what this is. It's not just a collection of tips and tricks. This is a system. It's a 4-step marketing system, marketing and sales system to attract exactly those types of people. So when you talk about like getting now business, it really comes down to a couple of things. You need people where there's some sort of connection to you. And they have a need for what you do. Now, what most people have been taught, and Greg, you've done this for years with circle prospecting, for example, you're basically going around like a house that's already sold. You're cold calling their neighbors who you have no idea. They don't know who you are. There's no connection to them. And you have no idea whether they have a need for what you're doing. You're literally throwing a fishing line out into the random middle of a lake and going, I really hope I stumble across somebody that needs to do something, right? And the odds are they don't, which is fine if you want to build your database and you're playing the long game and you can afford to make 1,000 calls and you can afford to wait 2 years for those deals to start popping. But if you don't have that kind of time and you need to get deals now, you can't go fishing randomly. You have to fish where people are biting. And so we look for ways to find you the people that they have a connection to you of some kind and they have a need for what you do. And we're going to talk about exactly how to find those. More importantly, what the hell happens when you actually do find them? Because there's a lot of we joke around because we do a lot of like role-playing training, right?
Right.
And with everyone from agents to people who lead generation companies pay to call on behalf of agents because agents are not calling. So we train them all. And one of the hardest things people struggle with is how do you take that conversation where it's about real estate, like they bring it up, and how do you actually turn that conversation to one that converts into an appointment, which turns into an actual deal? And that's one of the things that we talk about. That's one of the parts of the marketing system. So if you're drowning in options, if you are, that's one of the downsides of doing a podcast like we do, Greg. We get this opportunity to interview a lot of people, but what ends up happening? There's a ton of options. There's a lot of ideas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there is, and that's where a lot of people go snowblind, essentially. Yeah. Instead of being able to focus in on one thing, they're getting, tips and tricks from Aunt Betty, who is an agent in 72. And she's like, back in my day, you're like, Aunt Betty, you're a sweetheart, but don't talk. Okay, your dentures are going to fall out. That's not the person you want to be listening to when it comes to your real estate advice. Guys, Matt and I went out, we beat the bushes. We really, really, really did put some hard work into getting this course developed because I've seen fellow friends of mine fall out of the business and they really wanted to make a big difference in the business, but they just couldn't because they were so afraid of their own shadow. And Matt and I had stood up and we said, that is it. That is enough. We're done. No more bullshit. we're going to create something that everybody can be gravitate towards. Either the cold call and door knocking, that's Rockstar Prospecting, guys. You've heard of that course, but we decided to build Get Now Business for you guys. There is literally business hiding right in front of you, but you don't know what to look for, so you can't see it. We're going to take your blinders off. We're going to show you the business. You guys, if you're wanting to get 1, 2, 10, 100 more deals a year, Matt and I can show you how to do that. But you've got to take an action step first and actually jump in and take action and join the course. If you don't join the course, then you have to blame yourself for your lack of success. Now, look, yeah, you want to reinvent the damn wheel? No, nobody wants to reinvent the wheel. That's why you don't have to take the time and the energy and the 18 and a half years that I've developed and the thousands of hours of study that I've put into, real estate as a whole, reading and researching every day for 1 to 3 hours a day. Guys, skip all the bullshit. Get the nuggets. Don't have to go mining. Just get the gold.
That's right.
Damn.
Well, you talked about, Greg, how you've kind of built your business on a lot of cold calling, a lot of cold door knocking, but I wanted to point out a couple of success examples for this different type of marketing strategy or marketing system, which is, obviously this is how I grow my own business. This is also how you talk a lot about the Grandmaster, Terry. He's done a lot of door knocking, but in these days now, this is more of what he does. It's personal relationship marketing. Chris is out there. He's doing a lot of the same thing, but I wanted to point out 2 specific examples, guys. So Kevin Dutoit is an interesting guy. I came across him. He's based out of Newport Beach. He was one of the top luxury agents there. Now he's with a brokerage, and he recruits their agents and mentors and trains them. But he would spend 2 to 3 hours every day, every morning, and his lead generation was LinkedIn and Facebook, and that is not a joke. And this is one of the top agents in the country. Top luxury agent, right? We're not talking about he's going out and finding the guys that are the welders and the construction workers and getting them into their first home. We're talking about he's working with extremely high-powered people. Same thing for Stephen Moy, who is one of the top 200 loan originators. I ran into him in San Diego, and same exact way, spends most of his time, most of his, quote, lead generation time is not picking up the phone, making outbound calls. It's working LinkedIn. It's commenting, it's interacting, it's reaching out to people, connecting with them, getting them on the phone, having those initial conversations, warm conversations. And he's targeting exactly who he wants to work with on LinkedIn. And so those are one of the things, that's one of the part of the marketing system, is how you can do things like that, to where your lead generation time isn't you picking up the phone and cold calling like it is for Greg, but it's doing the things that you can do to start those conversations that turn into deals. And then within those conversations, finding those people that have the need for what you do and not just the connection. So it really is as easy as that. And it can pay off very quickly. We're trying to figure out, like, what's the hardest thing for people to do in this entire course. And I think I hit it, Greg.
What is that, Matt?
It is, if you can go out and grab a cup of coffee with someone that you haven't seen in a long time, like let's say one of your high school friends. You stumble across them in the grocery store and you're like, hey, let's go grab a cup of coffee. It's going to be a little awkward because you haven't seen each other, but there's lots and lots to talk about, lots to catch up on, and that's probably the hardest thing that I can think of in this course, is about that same level of discomfort. If you can go grab a coffee with someone you haven't seen in a while, you can do anything in this class.
Yeah, guys, it really is. This course is written for everybody. And if you want to go and you want to change, your future, your 2017, your 2018, whatever it's going to be, if you really want to make that step, then you need to be proactive and take steps by getting more education. Now, are we the end all be all? Nope. But you know what? We're a hell of a good start. And we're better than zero. So if you guys enjoy the podcast, if you want to get, dig deeper into what Matt and I really can bring, we bring a lot of entertainment, bring a lot of laughs. We do a lot of that stuff, infotainment. But this is going to be hardcore. Yes, we're still going to laugh because I'm still going to be a 10-year-old in my mind at all times.
So you can't help it, yeah.
I'm just hardwired for that. So I'm still going to laugh at dumb shit and pick on Matt. Matt's going to, slap me down verbally and use really long words. Makes me feel about an inch tall. It's just you'll still get all of that. But what you're also going to get is some really good education, guys. Look, yes, we are pushing this because we have heard so many people, ask us, hey, will you coach us? And Matt and I might do some group coaching. We're still vetting that out. Matt and I have got to work that out in the back end, but it'd be less than like $400 or something like that if you guys want to do real personal coaching with us. But, this course is where you need to start off. You need to know your options, okay? Because you have to be tactical, but you have to be intentional. have the right tactics, but then be intentional about your schedule, the people around you, asking for the business. Because there's some seriously simple things that we've never talked about on the show that you guys can put into action right now, today. Even though this is being recorded on a 4th of July holiday weekend. Well, it's Monday now, but you know what I mean. Tomorrow's 4th of July. Everyone's kind of out of their minds going to do something fun. You can still be using this if you're on the lake or at the river or at the pool. You can still be putting these tactics and techniques into action right now without being a sleaze dick, real estate agent. You can just be chilling, sipping on a nice Bud Light. Fat does look better tan, so you might want to get those kids out to the pool. Okay.
Fat looks better tan, so get your kids to the pool. I'm going to put that on my bumper sticker. It's going to be on the back of my car. It's awesome. All right, so talking about the benefits. So the benefits of the class. So yes, besides the fact that you can take your fat kids to the pool and get them tan and still be working and generating business for your real estate business, you can have more conversation with the right people. One of the coolest things about this course is that we teach you how to build an inner circle of people who have really become an army that are out there looking for your ideal clients, and they know what you're looking for, and they know how to keep an eye out, and when they run across that person, they know exactly how you want to be passed on to them, and they actually do it because they know how to do it, right? So they respect you. They come to view you as a respected professional. So Greg, you mentioned, not being a sleaze dick in real estate. Nobody likes to feel like that. Nobody likes to feel like they're pushing things on people and being sleazy in any way. And so this is not about that. This is about being a respected professional that other people respect enough to send the people that they value in their life to you. So that means we're going to teach you how to handle questions about real estate in an authentic, professional way. So you don't get that, Greg, what do you call it when somebody asks you like, hey, how's the market? You're like, ooh, like, jump on it. It's like you blow commission breath all over them. And it's like you're like an excitable puppy.
Just pedant self.
Yeah, exactly.
But you look at it, I didn't do that.
We don't want that. We want you to be able to capitalize on referral opportunities and not miss them by being an excitable puppy. We're also going to teach you how to build very easy, natural connections with people from your past, people from your extended network. So we'll go through that. You're going to end up coming out of this and realizing that you know a lot more people than you think you do. And take it from me, I've done this exercise, and Greg calls me an agoraphobic. I know a lot of more people than I think I do. And we're also going to teach you how to turn things like Facebook Lives and other social media into actual trackable business, because here's the problem with social media. There is a way for you to track it and know that it's actually working, and there's a way that you can just put stuff out there and have no idea whether it's working and get zero results from it, and that's what most people do. So we're going to teach you how to not do what most people do and actually get results from the stuff that you do on social media. So all that being said, Greg, when they get to the other end of this course, it's a 4-week course, it's they're all 4 live classes. What is the end result? What do they look like coming out of that class?
You are gonna have more confidence. You are going to look at real estate in a different light. The people that have been going through this, we asked them, are you guys putting this into work? They're like, yes, it is working. We are getting now business. A couple of the guys have got multiple different listing appointments, started working with different buyers just by tapping into the resources that we're putting into it. So Matt, the short and long of it, what you're going to get is when you put the work in, you're going to get the rewards. You're going to get the business. That's why we call it Get Now business. Mm-hmm. I mean, if we said just get now to mess around, I'm just going to screw around in the office and throw pencils at the ceiling and, drink the free coffee. Well, congratulations. You're all professionals at that. But we're going to show you how to really be professionals at making money, professionals at handling real estate transactions, be a professional seeker of giving, I guess, because you want to give your service, your value, you want to give to the people around you. But see, the funny thing is that there are so many people around you right now, literally maybe around you where you're sitting right now, that you have never really even asked for the business, and they could be a stone's throw away from you. You just assume that they know that you do real estate.
Nobody knows.
Really?
Nobody cares.
Come on, guys. Christ almighty. Yeah. Get your head out of your ass and start humbling yourself a little bit. I have to do it all the time. I pull my head out of my ass on a daily basis. And I'm like, oh, here's my business card. Hey, if I can ever help, here's my business card. If I can ever help, here's my business card. And people, okay, so check this out, Matt.
Okay.
3 or 4 years ago when I was living in Danville, I was doing a lot of cooking, right? Mm-hmm. And so I'd always go down to the Safeway and I would talk to the produce gal. And she was always cool, and we always just hung out and chatted. Well, I didn't go in there because I moved, right? I moved and I ran into her. Her name was Eileen. And I said, Eileen, what's up? How are you? She's like, hey, Greg, I haven't seen you. I explained to her what was going on. I said, what's new with you? She's like, oh, well, I had a baby. I'm like, congratulations. She's like, oh, no, that kid's hell. I mean, it's horrible. I'm like, oh, okay. I was trying to be congratulating her, but she wasn't having it. But here's the cool thing. She said this. I said, well, okay, that's cool. She's like, hey, you still doing real estate? I said, yeah, I sure am. She's like, Greg, can you come over and give me a value of my house? I want to sell my house and buy another house. I'm on the way. I lost touch with her, went back in to find her, and I sent her a text message. My text wouldn't go through. That's why she wasn't getting back to me, guys. And then I call her, and the phone went through. Strangest damn thing. But this is what I'm telling you. Even the people at Safeway or Vons or whatever supermarket you're at, those type of people, you never know. Make friends with them, and then you're going to get, well, that's going to be $2.5 to $3 million of volume out of stocking oranges. And just being nice and getting their opinion. Guys, there's so much business floating around you. You just haven't had the nerve because you maybe didn't think you had enough smarts to ask them if they had a question for you. But we're also going to give you resources where you can go get more knowledge after the course. If you want highly concentrated information on specific topics, we can help you guys with that as well. But this course is going to get you to where you need to be.
Yeah. So you come out of it, besides that sense of knowing exactly how to approach someone and actually talk to them and have a conversation with them that ends up like that, like Greg, you did. You also get just the satisfaction of having the people that are in your inner circle, the people that you know and that like and trust you. They view you as a respected professional, not as just, hey, it's Greg and Greg's a nice guy. They view you as Greg, the respected professional who I can turn to when I have a question about real estate. And that's a big difference. Those two things are wildly different. People can respect you and they can know you. They can even like you. But if you're not credible and they don't respect you as a professional in real estate, they're not going to do business with you or send referrals to you. They're definitely not going to be an army that's out there looking for people to send your way. And so that's what this course teaches. So you'll come out with that. You also get the joy of the accolades from your coworkers, the agents who are well, they're not in the office right now because today is the day before holiday. But when they do get back in the office, you will feel the satisfaction of them admiring you and your work ethic and the way that you're bringing in business, which you weren't before.
I just thought about. I just thought of like a slow entry with wind blowing in on you, perfect like lighting, just boom. That's what happens when you walk into the office. You get the slow-mo entry with the wind blow in the face. Yes.
That's right. I strongly recommend that you grow out your hair so that when the fan blows, it has something to push back.
Yes, Matt. You can be a movie star if you take this course.
Exactly. All right. So let's talk about exactly what it is. So it is a 4-week live training class. What that means is that we send you a link. You click the link. We pop up. So it's just like being on the podcast with us, except you're actually behind the scenes with us. You don't have to be on video. You can actually turn that off, or you can dial in from the phone. We have a lot of people on the courses that they're not able to be at their desk or whatever the case is. Maybe they're on their way to an appointment, God forbid, actually on their way to get now business. And so they'll listen in by dialing in on their phone. That's cool too. You can participate as much or as little as you want to. We have a lot of content to share, but we have a lot of room for interaction so you can clarify, so you can get your questions asked. If you have questions after the live classes or outside of the live classes, you can message us or you can shoot us an email. We're happy to answer those. You get all recordings of the classes, not just the ones that you're in, but all of our past sessions and any future sessions that we do in Get Now Business. It all goes into a Google Drive folder, so you have access to everything after the fact. We usually upload the recordings the same day. And then you get all the outlines and handouts. And what I mean is, Greg, all the scripts, the course outline that has all the takeaways, all the homework, all the assignments, the message templates, the letter templates, the PDFs, all the stuff that we put together to really drive the points home and give you the actual practical tools to do this stuff. You get all that in that Google Drive folder. So
yeah, a ton of value. A ton of value. And it's the stuff that none of you actually probably ever heard of. This guy, his name was Howard Britton. He ran a company called Star Power. Star Power is still around, but it's a shell of what it used to be. It's nothing like what it used to be. But Howard had the same idea. So my dad and I, our team, were stars, and you had to do a certain amount of business for a certain time with certain ethics, to become nominated to become a star. And they're just basically high producers, very, very high producers for a long period of time. And this is the cool thing is that what they did when you became a star, you had to give all of your marketing material, everything you've ever used, you got to put it into a writable document and put it into a file where anybody could go download it for free and put it into their business. That's what we're doing here. We're giving you everything that we're creating at one time in one folder so you can access it. And as we update it, guess what, guys? You get the updated folders. So when Matt and I come across something new, when another guest shares something with us on the podcast, when we have another class and then something great comes out of it, Matt and I coach for the PSL, Prime Seller Leads, their ISAs. Matt runs a file with them, all new scripts that we're coming with on a constant basis. I mean, guys, when you get out of this class, it's not like, hi, good to see you for a month. All right, get out. You're done. No. It's like, hey, welcome to the family, welcome to the tribe, welcome to the inner sanctum, because now you get to really learn on a consistent basis. Now, if you're going to go buy this, I mean, honestly, let's look at some real facts. If you were going to do coaching with any other major organization, you'd be starting around $600, and it would be an hour a month, 2 30-minute calls, or maybe 2 hours a month. Guys, we're giving you 4 hours in 1 month, and then you get ongoing training for no additional cost. If you don't see the value, turn us off, and, well, there you go. Bye-bye. But if you do think there is value.
Well, let's talk about that for a second. If you're really not happy, we have a plan for that too. So first of all, guys, it's limited to 20 seats. And if you get into the class and it's not what you expected, we're not delivering the value. Let's say Greg is just screwing around the whole time and he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. I don't know. If you're not happy for any reason, guys, we really want you to be successful, even if it's not with our stuff. So here's the deal: if you get into the class and it's not what you were promised, you're not getting the value, and you don't feel like this is something you can put into your business, we're not just going to refund the money. We can obviously send you the cash back and just do a straight refund, but we would much rather even buy you a course from some other coach or trainer or somebody. Let's get you into another course where you can be successful, and we'll give you Rockstar Prospecting, which is a $300 class for free, which is all the past sessions of that, which is there's like, what is that, 12 hours of video in there and all the bonus materials that go with that. So guys, there's really, we try to do everything that we can to just completely take away any risk that you have to make sure that you guys have everything you need to be successful. And if for some reason we don't deliver, we want to make sure that you guys are taken care of. So,
and you guys are really, to add on top of that, Matt, I just got Matt's text before we went on this live, and he said that he'd be willing to come over and wash your cars on Saturdays. If you're not happy either.
What's the driving radius on that guarantee, Greg?
Oh, that was awesome. You literally spit water out here.
All right. Plus, we have 3 bonuses that we're building into the classes. So we have 2 bonus videos for you. Number 1 is how to dominate with events, which are the 3 types of events that you should be running to build your business. And we'll talk about that in the video. That's about 25-minute video. We've also got a live scripting role play, Greg, where you took live on Facebook. This video is now no longer available except as a bonus video. You took 5 people through a scripting role play and did a role play with them on key scripts that they need to know to follow up with leads and close new clients and things like that. We also have a downloadable PDF called the Daily Success Habits and Recommended Books. So that is a fun thing we throw in there for the class. So that is the deal. That is all the stuff that you guys get. So guys, go now. If you want business now, go now and register. It's getnowbusiness.com. Super easy. Just go to the site. It's got all the details as far as when the class starts. We do these Monday mornings at 9 a.m. So it's very, very easy for everyone to kind of get jump start on the week, know exactly what you're going to do. You'll come out of it with some homework to do. You have plenty of time to do it before the next week. We don't put anything that's too burdensome on you, but it's a great way to kind of put what you learn into action. So Gregory, what happens if they ignore this and they go upon their merry way, and maybe they just keep listening to podcasts and keep surfing around on YouTube for educational videos and do nothing?
Definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. One of my favorite quotes of all times. And guys, not to be a salesy, pitchy human being, but I am going to ramrod this down your throat, because if you guys don't get your mind out of the gutter, weirdo.
Wow.
But what I'm saying here is that if you guys want to honestly take a next step in your business, take this course. Yes, Matt and I give a metric shit ton of value away, but guys, this is something that's going to be a lot different than what you've already seen. And what you're not going to get if you don't sign up for this either now or in the future is you're not going to take yourself to that next level with the ease that we're going to give you. Now, yes, can you go find the same information? Absolutely. there's no doubt in my mind you can find the same information, but do you have the time to do the research and still make a living? My guess is that it's probably not. Now, Matt and I, this is literally...
and you have to pull it from other industries, by the way, Craig, because, this is not just stuff that you can get from any other real estate trainer.
No, guys. I pull stuff from all different industries. Anything. I mean, shit. One of the things that we're going to talk about in the class is how this guy in Australia who sells candy uses social media, and how people fly in from around the world just to see him in Australia. Not like any of the major sites or anything. They first come to see him from what he does on social media, and I can show you guys how to do that as well in your businesses. I mean, it's unbelievable. But hey, if you don't want to pay the $297 one time and get all this free stuff, then fine, whatever. I mean, we can't make you learn. We can't make you become smarter. We can't make you become, a top agent. But sure shit would feel good if you stand up there and be top 1% or 3% or a top producer in the office or the rookie of the year or rookie of the office just from listening to some of the stuff. I mean, guys, I have nothing else to say. If you don't want to do it, stop listening. If you do want to listen, you want to learn, keep listening. I still love you no matter what.
Yes, we do still love you. All right. So guys, go to getnowbusiness.com. You can sign up there. All the details are there. We appreciate it.